the Hot Topics with Donna. And on this show, we do one thing: keep it real hot. That's honest, open, and transparent. If you didn't know, now you know. So sit back and unwind as we bring the vibe and a little bit of glorious sunshine to your heart, soul, and mind. Your lovely host, Hot Donna, will be with you in just a few moments. But while you wait, go ahead and set an atmosphere of peace in your space. If you can, cut the lights down low, get your hydration on, vibration zone. Cause tonight, you're about to receive some delicious food for your soul. Are you ready? 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 It's about to get You are indeed in the one and only place to be this evening. We appreciate you for joining us, and in just a few moments, we about to turn the heat all the way up. That's right. It's about to go down right now on Hot Topics with Donna. Show your virtual love by smashing that thumbs up and heart icon as many times as you can. And without further ado, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing your host, the one and only Hot Donna.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining Hot Topics with Donna. I am on. We're going to be doing an interview with Miss Phillips as promised. So I hope you guys will come on and just show us some love. I know it's I don't usually do Saturdays, but you know what? When God leads you to do something, you just have to follow through. So I'm going to go ahead and try to invite my guests, and you guys just come on in so we can get this interview started. Okay. We're gonna wait for her to accept my friend request, and we'll get started. Again, my name is Donna Taylor. I am your host for Hot Topics with Donna, where we are honest, open, and transparent. And today we're going to be speaking to Miss Phillips. She was supposed to be a guest on Thursday, but due to technical difficulties, she was not able to physically join us via live, but she was on the live feed. So I'm going to wait. I just sent her a friend request. So as soon as she will accept, we will get started. Hope you guys have had an amazing Saturday. We are yet about to begin another week, but it is all good. It is all good. So I am going to wait for her to accept the friend request, and we will get started. Thank you for the people that's on. Like I said, I usually don't come on Saturday, but you know what? Things change, and you know me, I will do a pop-up paparazzi, and I would do Hot Topics with Donna if I need to do that, because I'm all about incorporating the schedule of my guests, because they're saying they're taking the time out to come and grace us with their presence. So you have to be flexible when you're doing things like this. I'm just gonna wait and see if she accepts my friend request. Well, she's already been invited, so I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes and see if we can get her on. Hopefully she will be able to accept my friend request. And it says I'm her, so hopefully it's gonna work. Hi!
I know, right? God is
Oh,
good.
thank you. You got it, girl. You got it. You got it. So, how are you
I
today?
know, right? With no help. I'm
That's good. You
blessed.
know
Yeah.
what? We can do this. We can do this. We have to teach our own self sometimes. You know, we have to learn how to be savvy ourselves. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so glad you got on. So
Yes.
glad you got
I
on.
was like, I didn't even know what time. I'm like, hold on, we in two different time zones. So
Oh,
look, they gonna see me laugh getting ready. Like I was like, oh
that's
my God,
okay. That's
I didn't
okay.
know what time. But I'm here.
That is, but you hear, yes, Lord, you are here. So you had a good
Yes.
day so far?
Yeah, it's hot, but for the most part, it's okay. God is good. You know, the hot weather's coming now, so
Oh
that's what it
yeah, oh
is.
yeah. Yeah, I
So
have
yeah.
a ex-sister-in-law that lives in Chicago. I
Oh,
stayed
okay.
out in Chicago for a couple of months. I couldn't take the cold. So I came back to North Carolina. So are you
Ah,
born and raised in
okay.
Chicago?
Yes. Yep. Born and raised. It's okay. I
So
like the Four Seasons.
yeah, yeah. Y'all get some cold weather down there for sure.
Yeah.
Some cold. So we're gonna get started and people will join as they wish. Um, but I'm gonna just introduce you with what Isabella wrote about you, and it was so powerful. So she put you a healer, entrepreneur, leader, powerful. These are just a few words to describe this mighty woman of substance. How you pronounce your name? Tarsha?
No,
Tarshia?
Tarsha.
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 And she said Tarsha Phillips was born and raised on the west side of Chicago and immediately developed a penchant to serve others as she was coming of age, from helping to serve the homeless when she was younger to feeding the homeless today through Thai tea catering business. Tarsha is a woman on the go that you should know. That's what Isabella wrote about
Oh,
you. And she wrote all
okay.
this stuff about you. And it's amazing when you have people in your life that can see those things in you when we don't see those things in ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just go down the list and talk about being a healer since this is how she had it. So I'm just going to kind of follow suit and then I have my questions. And she stated that you was anointed at an early age and became reunited after suffering through many tragedies and family challenges. And she said you lost two children, two of six children, and then you have a son that's hearing impaired. I don't like to say deaf. I like to say hearing impaired. So tell us about all these different transactions when it came up to your children's death, and what place were you in with Christ or at that moment?
Well, this is the first time I ever shared this information. I guess maybe because you know, I was young at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I knew I didn't feel anything. I just kept God. I had faith. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I knew that He would give you and take it away. I have always heard that, you know,
Yes.
growing up.
Yes.
So sometimes we don't understand things at the moment. And then a lot of times when things do take place, you still don't get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when you really trust in the Lord and just having faith, knowing that He'll work it out, because I lost both of
Mm-hmm.
my daughters a year apart. So,
Right.
I
And that
mean,
had to
when
be
I went
like
to
a
Atlanta,
double whammy, right when you're trying to process.
yeah, I think, yeah, I
Oh,
think
she's
for the
going in and
most
out.
part, when I went to
You
Atlanta,
you got this. You
I
talking again. You were
I
going in and out.
said when I went to Atlanta, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I just was being obedient. You know, I did my first book signing there. I didn't know what to expect. I know that I didn't know what to expect. I just being obedient. Got there. It was more than a book signing.
You
It was more
going
like
in
a.
and out. Let me.
You can you hear me? Can you hear me now? You can hear me? Okay, so it was more than a book signing for me. It was more like a healing retreat. So I met people that they lost
Yeah,
their child.
you kind of Tarsha, you kind of
Mhm.
muffle. You kind of we can barely hear you. You going in.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, you good.
Okay, great. So
Yeah, but you still froze on my end. I just want to make sure people can hear you, hear your story.
okay,
There you go. Yeah, there you
okay.
go.
So yeah, it was more like a healing retreat for me, and I met some young ladies that lost their child. And when
Mm-hmm.
I told them that I lost two, they was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not in that place. I was
Right,
never
right.
in that place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was never in that place." And I knew then, like, wow, it's amazing how something that can happen to you 18 years ago can help somebody right now today.
Yes,
Because
yes.
people that's in that place, they trying to figure out how you not still in that place. And you
Yeah,
lost
when
two. I
not
only lost one.
two. Yes, yes.
You know, but in the end, God gave me twin girls.
Right.
So I'm grateful.
That's, I mean, that's just so amazing because he took two, but then he gave you two more. And that's in itself, people may not understand, but I know you do. That's in itself is a blessing.
Yeah, right. And that just it just enhance your faith.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? It just will do it. So yeah.
So how did your other children handle the grieving process along with you because all of you all were grieving? So how did your faith and how did you help them with their grieving process as well?
Well, my other children weren't even born. My oldest
Let me
son was the
see.
only one born.
She said somebody said they can hear and see her, but not um your screen gets freezing. Hopefully it's better now, Karen. Just let me know if it is. Yeah.
Is it better? Okay.
Well, it's I can hear you now. You're not freezing. So hopefully when she probably getting the lag back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they weren't even born. Just
Okay.
my oldest son, the one that's hard of
Okay.
hearing, he the only one
Mm-hmm.
was born. So I was dealing with
Okay.
that and plus two deaths.
And you still survived.
That's how good God is.
Yes, yes, yes. So with your son being hearing impaired, how has it made you grow as a parent? Because sometimes because I have a daughter that has special needs. How has it been challenging and then how has it been rewarding? Because for me, even though I work in the education system, you can raise and culture other people's children, but then when you have to do this every day, how
Right.
has it challenged you? Because she's Down syndrome, and sometimes I'm like, how can I serve her? How can I best give her what she needs? Even when her language were delayed and I'm trying to figure out, and then it's almost like we develop our own language.
I
Yeah.
think well for me, so how can I put it? I just did what I had to do as a parent. We do things that we may not want to, in the sense of my son was acting out at first because he's going to school
Hmm.
now and he's not understanding that
Hmm.
the other kids are hearing and he's not. So I
Okay.
had sent my son out to school
Yes.
for the deaf. That's just
Hmm.
what it is, for the deaf. And he
Right.
learned everything. And then he came home on the weekends, but he stayed at the school and he got everything that he needed, and now he's good. He graduated June the 14th from high school.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So did you learn sign language? Did your family learn sign language?
Yeah, my children, they figure sign because you got like 8 different ways of signing. But it was a
Okay.
blessing on my end for my son because he know how to read your lips very well.
Oh.
Like he can say certain words and he's deaf, but he can say
Right.
hello. He can say hi.
Mm-hmm.
He can say some of the
Mm-hmm.
children's name. He can say
Mm-hmm.
mom. He can say these things, but can't hear.
Wow. But
Yeah.
God.
So God is
So
good.
what would he do? What is his plan, since he'll be graduating?
He going to college. He gonna take up business and finance.
That's amazing.
But
So when he was,
he gonna work too because I'm opening up youth centers for the deaf. So
yes,
that's the point of me opening them up is for him.
right. So will he be a part of your staff?
Oh yeah, he gonna run it eventually. That's the whole point of me opening it up. It wasn't for me.
Right, right, right. So when you when it said that you accepted Christ as a young age. So what age did you know that God was drawing you?
Oh, well, I had God when I was probably, I started going to church when I was probably like less than 10. I was probably like 8 or 9. My granddaddy, he used to bribe me every Sunday. He'd take me to
Mhm.
McDonald's and buy me a Big Mac. When Big Macs first came
Right.
out, he'd buy me a Big Mac
Yes,
because
yes,
Lord, and
yes.
I was okay with that. I was okay with that. I was in a choir. As I got older, no matter where I lived, I always had God involved. When I truly realized how good He is, I can't even say I always had Him in my life. I guess maybe at a young age, and you got strong, praying people in your life.
Yes,
It just come natural for you. You know what I mean?
yes, yes.
And so I accepted Him young, but I'm really more in tune more than ever. Maybe about after my daughters. So we talking about 20 years ago, about
Okay.
19, 20 years,
Right,
about
right.
18 years. I say 18 years ago, like truly
Mhm.
understanding and
Right.
uh, people looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Because you're not breaking down. Because I went out there hooping and hollering and crying and passing out when I not understanding. I trust in the Lord. Whatever, if He give it, if they just, if they live, I'll be grateful, and if they go, excuse me, I still be grateful. And that's what I was, because that's why He blessed me in the end with twin girls.
Yes. So people just expected when they looked at you, they were like, how in the world is she still surviving, still serving God, knowing that He needed her two precious children, but yet and still, you still have joy, you still moving on. And they couldn't understand it. But you and I talked briefly, we know we're not here for a long time, however long it is, and even, like I said, with my husband's death, I do miss him, but I know I can't stay in a place of just grieving forever, because I feel like if I do that, then I'm not saying, Lord, I don't know your way.
Right. That's true.
It doesn't take away that we don't miss our loved ones, but it's saying that we can stay stuck or we can move on. And I had talked to a friend of mine, his son, I don't know if he got, killed or whatever. And, he was saying he was going to therapy. And he told me, he said, I guess I will always just be in this place and be stuck and just deal with it.
Mm.
And it broke my heart because I said, why would you want to just be stuck? Because if you're telling me you trust God, God don't want you to be stuck.
Well,
So how do you tell people that's grieving? And I have a girlfriend on here that she's lost a daughter. So how do you tell people, it's okay to grieve, but it's also okay to celebrate their life and just move on? What would you give people that watching and may be watching about just grieving? Because I haven't lost a child, so I don't know that grieving process. So share some of that.
um, hmm. I think sometimes when you're grieving or Like, you had the moments when you all to yourself and you crying. I think you should cry out to the Lord.
Right.
I think you should ask him to show you or give you some type of sign, because this is the funny thing about life, right? So people believe things that they see more than anything,
Right.
and that's not how God works. That's not how God
Right.
works. You know, you have to believe in knowing that it's working for your good. You have to
Yes.
train
Yes.
yourself. You got to tell yourself that all the time, because the enemy only can come in within the mind. So you
Yes.
have to tell yourself, like, no, you get behind me. God is good. God is good. And then your attentions. If it's something that he may bless you in another way, he may not give you
Yes.
another check. Because I never thought about no twins. Let's get that
Right.
straight. I lost a daughter. My first daughter was 9 months, 2002, because I had my son in 2001. Then I had my daughter 2002 at
Mm-hmm.
9 months. And then my other daughter died 2003 at 1 year old, just
Mm-hmm.
making one. And I told God that I can't bury another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Then 2005, I had a son. Then 2007, I had a son. Then 2009, he blessed me with twin girls. It's just, I know we so impatient, right? We're very
Right.
impatient. We want things when we want them, and when you get to
Yes.
that place, you gotta, God put you in situation. Sometimes God hold on to you just so you can keep coming back to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Many called, but only a few chosen, right?
Yes. Right. You're right.
So he be wanting you to surrender. This ain't about being perfect. This not about religion or none of that. It's just spiritual, knowing that it's a
Yes.
creator
Yes.
and
Yes.
trusting that
Yes.
it's working for your good. He had a better plan, and moving forward, because that's what he wants you to do, to trust in him. And it's not about questioning. You can ask God questions.
Yes. And did you?
I just told God that I can't bury another one.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
And he gave me that. And he blessed me with twin girls. So I know how good
So,
he is. I know
so
that
how old are your twin girls?
they just made 12, March 25th.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. They look just like my daughters.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like them.
So you know that was totally, totally in his plan. Now
Yeah.
do now do they how are their personalities? Like are they just full of life?
They are different. They are different. I named them after my daughters that's deceased. Like, I still
Wow.
kept their clothes, their teddy bears downstairs and everything.
Right.
And people like, you don't want to give it away. You know how some people in their man like, you gonna
Yeah.
keep the clothes,
Yeah.
but God had another plan. You keep them clothes because I'm gonna give you twin girls.
Right.
You hear them? So that's how that went. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they different. They different. They get
And so
along.
they can wear the clothes. They could wear the clothes that you kept. That's
Yeah.
just powerful in itself. You know, because he took two, but gave you two more, but still made it where they can still wear the clothes from your other two children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
And who
never.
wouldn't serve a God like that?
And that's what I'm saying. We got to get to that place. We have to really just, especially in these times we in, it's like a more of a spiritual warfare going on, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like I say, the enemy come within the man, because we battling within the man anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Especially when you trying to do right. The devil don't want you if you're doing everything he got going on anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
He,
so we just have to just keep praying and keeping God first. That's the main thing. We have to keep God first, and we got to find some balance to really trust him, to know that he's working for our good. You know, you got fear and you got faith. Both of them you don't see, right?
Yeah. So yeah. And so now you're just amazing. So now you have, when it talked about you serving, some kids have a servant's heart, but when did you know you wanted to serve, especially the homeless? Because sometimes those are the people that, especially younger people, don't want to serve. So how did you know you had a heart and you wanted to serve the homeless and still serving them?
I guess I
I think
started
she's
serving
froze
them
up,
two
guys.
and
We're
a half.
gonna give her a minute to see. Are you still there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We're gonna give her a chance to see if it's her connection or mine.
Can you hear me?
Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Edie.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
it
me?
keeps freezing, but yep, we're gonna get it. Yep. You still froze.
Hold on.
You still a
Oh, it's
little
not my
bit.
fault.
Karen, if you're still on here, let me know if you can hear her. I can hear you a little bit on my end.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
It's
me?
still going in and out because you're still froze. Hold on. Karen, if you're on, can you tell me if you can hear her? Okay, there you go. You came back. Okay. A little bit, a little bit. Just keep talking. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. It keeps freezing up. Okay. Are you still there? I think she's frozen, guys, but we're gonna get her back on. If we have to disconnect to reconnect, we can do that too. But thank you guys for joining Hot Topics with Donna. And we're gonna see if she's gonna come back. If not, I can go back out and bring her back in. Are you there? I think she's froze. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back out and then I'm gonna start this video over to see if I can get her reconnected. Okay? So, okay. So, guys, thank you for joining Hot Topic with Donna. We're having some bad signals. So I'm going to go back out. And guys, please come back on. I'm just going to go back out, send her another friend request, and we're going to continue this interview. Thank you guys for tuning in. So I'm going to go